This is Women in Music with Gfire podcast, episode number 45 with singer-songwriter Kingsley. Kingsley,
how are you?
Good. How you doing? Where are you at right now?
I'm in Portland, Oregon right now.
Oh, that sounds fun. I haven't really been to the Northwest, so.
Oh, it's awesome. It's a hot day, so I've been inside. But
I don't know if you saw the temperatures in Austin, Texas, but it's been in the hundreds for about 2 months now.
That's us. We're in the hundreds for the last 2 weeks, and it never gets this hot.
Yeah, so. Who can say this is not global warming? Right.
A lot of people still can say it, and I'm like,
I know, it's crazy.
I'm embarrassed.
Yeah, I know. It can be embarrassing to be an American right now.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Let's hop into the questions here. Let's see. Where are you originally from? You originally from Portland?
No, I'm from Chicago. Well, I was born in Chicago. I'm from a suburb called Plainfield, Illinois. It's
okay. You're
like
in the burbs.
Yeah, I'm a burbs kid. Yeah.
Right. You're not South Chicago or anything like that.
I was born on the South Side. I lived in the South Side until third grade, and then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You moved to the burbs. Okay. A little safer, I suppose, for 8-year-old.
No, people are people no matter where you go.
Okay. Well, there you go. Who knew?
Yeah. People are people.
And how'd you end up in Portland?
I moved here a week after I graduated, and I moved here with my ex. I was going to move to LA, but he talked me into moving here, and then I just stayed here because it's cheaper to live here than live in LA. So.
Yeah, LA is not cheap. Now, Austin's not cheap anymore either.
Well, Portland's not cheap anymore either.
Right, exactly.
But there's no sales tax here, so that's really nice.
That's great. No sales tax. Like, we don't have a state income tax, so that's what we have.
Oh, yeah. No, you have no state income tax. That's awesome.
But so our tax is like 8.25%.
Oh.
So yeah, they get you one way or another.
Yeah, I was like, it balances all out. It's one way. Yeah.
Cool. And so you moved there. How long have you been there now?
6 years. So I've been here for 6, and I'm moving to London in like 20 days. So I'm trying to get my life together.
Okay, so you're moving to London. You have a work visa?
So you can travel anywhere for up to 6 months. I own my own company. It's remote. Right. So I'm just going for 6 months, and then I want to go to Africa. Like, I just don't want to be in America.
Tied down. Okay.
I just want to see the rest of the world.
When you say you own your own company, is that the makeup brand that you have?
No, that's a different.
That's a different thing. Okay.
Yeah, that's another business venture. I own like a social media strategy company. So I do that.
Okay, so that's your regular job is being social media.
That's my day job, and then I have a night job, which is Kingsley. So I just do both. Yeah, they both fill me with much joy. I learn all the time, and I get to work with all kinds of people. So I really like my day job so much.
And then, it's that's your day job, and then your side hustle is music.
It's not a side hustle. It is a full hustle. It's a full
hustle. Okay.
Yeah, not a side.
You got a social media paying the bills, but the music is full time. Okay.
Full hustle, yes.
So one of the clients you have for your social media is you.
Yes. I'm the number one client that I have.
Well, when you're traveling, now how do you, like I'm usually writing on the piano. So if I travel, I don't know how it, that.
I have a little piano, and then I have my guitar.
Okay, so you write more on this tiny piano and guitar.
Yeah.
And you just take that to London and Africa and all these places.
And all these places, yeah. I'm selling literally my entire house. I'm like in the midst of selling everything. So I'm only gonna have 2 suitcases, my guitar, and a carry-on, and that's it. That's all I need. And be on the road. Free bird. I'm a free bird. I hate staying in one place. And I've stayed here for so long, and I'm like, I like chaos and being out in the world.
Well, it's, go for it. It sounds kind of fun. When did you start writing songs and stuff?
when I was young, and it was really just a way to express myself. So like, I remember like fighting with my dad and being like, my dad made me mad, you know. It was just a way that I could kind of process in real time what was happening.
Okay.
And then obviously when you write songs so young, you get quicker and easier at it, that if I'm in a mood, I can write a full song out within 10 minutes, like full. So it's been a really awesome learning process of like how I emote and how I write, and trying to be really authentic with my feelings when it comes to my songs.
And so now, are you putting out an album right now? Or are you putting out a single? What's currently happening?
I'm working on my next album, which I finally have a title, which is exciting, called Come Find Me. And we just finished demoing. Actually, last week, we demoed out 8 songs. I'm really excited about them. I'm going to go back and demo out a few more. I always like to do a lot and then pick from there. But 8 are demoed out so far. And next week, I'm going to do a few more and then see, how many songs I want to do. And yeah, it'll be a summer release, though. We've got tons of time.
Okay, but the song that was sent to me is called Therapy.
That's from my last project.
That's from your last project, which was called what?
Crying on Holidays.
Okay, all right. So it's definitely a getting out those feelings.
Yeah, it's that project is so near and dear to my heart. It walks you through my first breakup, so the album is meant to listen in order.
Okay.
And it's still very dancey, and there's just a lot of feelings and a lot of emotions and hope and just getting back to yourself. So
right after being, and how long were you in the relationship?
4 long years.
Okay.
And I released the project last year of 2021 in May, and we were still together. We like broke up like 2 months ago. I don't learn, the hardest of lessons are given to the hardest of heads. So.
Well, so you got back together after you released?
Oh no, we never, no. And Therapy was his favorite song, and I'm like, I wrote that about you.
Oh, okay. Well, that's that. I mean, all right. Talk about Therapy, because it felt to me like you were a little bit angry, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It was angry, right? And
yeah. It's just looking at your partner with validity. Like, after or during the relationship, I was in therapy, and I originally went to therapy because we would argue a lot. And I was like, okay, I have some work that I need to do, so I'm going to go to therapy. And I learned so much about myself and like my communication style and being able to advocate for myself that's not argumentative. But when I wrote this song, it was really just like being upset that I'm in therapy because of you, and you're not in therapy. Like,
right. And so he's
you're
not
calling
helping.
me crazy. Like, I'm not crazy,
Okay. So we don't have a very good functional type of relationship.
No, it was a learning lesson, and I'm very thankful for it. Now I look back, we broke up in March, and I'm like, great lesson. Now I know more about myself and can do some things right at the very beginning and not like let things slide.
So I'm going to say at this point, let's let the listeners hear the song.
Yay.
Damn, I need some fucking therapy to get through you. What the fuck did you do to me? I loved you. Now my mind, my ways into me. How could you? I let my heart waste away all for you. You're like shitty black magic, and really it's tragic. I put myself in that, trying to save you from you. See you burned all these bridges, turned fucking malicious. I'll never recover, trying to myself in my mind. Will you change me? Call me needy. Yes, I'm needy. Need you to feel all the pain that you caused me. Hold the next bitch. Hold the next bitch. Boozy, you are you like you did to me. They all need some therapy. See you burned all these bridges. Fucking malicious. So fucking malicious. Trying to save me from you. Save me from you. Then we need some fucking therapy.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it definitely sounds. Tell me some lyrics, because you definitely have some things that need to be bleeped out, but not on my podcast. So just
Yay.
yeah. So I purposely have explicit on my thing. So give me a line or two.
Yeah,
That really,
I mean, the opening line is, "Damn, I need some fucking therapy." Like, that's the
right.
opening.
That's what I thought it was, but I didn't want to guess. Okay.
And I think one of my favorite lines is in the bridge. It's like, "Call me crazy, guess I'm crazy. Lost myself and my mind. Boy, you changed me. Like, call me needy. I guess I'm needy. I need you to feel all the pain that you caused me." It's just a very down to the bones of like, ah.
Of course, it doesn't usually work that way, right?
No, it doesn't work that way.
But it's fun to think about. I guess, you kind of explore that. You need to feel what I'm feeling.
Yes, that's the clearly you don't have empathy, so I'm hoping for some sympathy, because something is missing here.
And inevitably it didn't work out. Now, are you guys on speaking terms, or?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm on my growth journey. That is the thing.
Right.
At the end of the day, it wasn't like betrayal and cheating. It was just, this person couldn't love me the way that I needed to be loved. And that's just the level that they were at. And life goes on.
Okay. So yes, no baggage, really, just kind of moving on.
No baggage. But if I did see him in the streets, I'd probably punch him just one extra time.
Well, tell me a little bit about your singer-songwriter career, like, how it developed.
Yeah. So I started really young doing choirs and begged my parents to get me a recording microphone and buy this. I don't know if they record with this anymore, but it was called Live 8, like in 2008, 2009. So we're like using this not terrible. It was good for the time to record my vocals, and I'm recording piano, and my sister and I are producing it. We're like watching YouTube videos on how to produce. And sent it to my uncle, who was like, "This is actually great. I'm going to mix this and master this for you." And we put it on iTunes, and I had a little release party with my high school friends, and it was like really awesome. And I told my parents, I'm like, "I'm moving to LA as soon as I turn 18. And my mom and dad were like, "No, you're going to college. That's so cute." So I went to college, just like they said. And I ended up getting 2 degrees, one in vocal performance and one in business administration. And got to work some festival circuits while I was in college, and got to do a bunch of internships with a couple of the record labels. And so I was learning a lot. And when I graduated, that's when I was going to move to LA, but ended up coming to Portland. I started working for a venue in town, and that's how I got connected and meeting people. And from there built, my tribe. And I've only been here 6 years and released 2 albums and 2 EPs, and had a blast. Released a makeup line, made a recipe book, was voted best band in Portland.
Really?
Got to open up for some really incredible people, play a bunch of festivals. So it's been
who did you open up for?
I got to open up for SG Lewis. That was really awesome at a sold out show. Elise Trow, she's an incredible musician. She plays every instrument on stage. It was insane. Who else have I opened up for now? VH Collection is really cool. They're a 5-piece band from New York. Super, super awesome guys. And yeah, I've just had some, and I'm super excited for more moments. It's just been very fruitful being here, and I'm very thankful.
And so you can always come back because you already have a basic following and knowledge of the industry in Portland. So anytime you want to come back, you're probably really welcome. It sounds like you've actually planned out your career pretty well.
Yeah, I love work. The longevity of where I'm headed and where I'm going is very curated and intentionally cultivated. And I'm very thankful for my type 1 energy. It has really helped make so many things come to life. And then my ability to cultivate and collaborate has just made my idea just beyond what I could have ever believed it to be. And yeah, I'm very thankful for every person that I've gotten to work with that has changed my life, taught me so much.
And you're just going to go to London. Do you have any plans? Do you know what's going to?
Everyone thinks I'm crazy. I have no plans. I don't know anyone. I'm going to do exactly what I did here. I'm just going to go and do, I have, I know a few people there and I know a few connections, but nothing is I'm doing this but I'm going with an open heart and just going to do what I do best, which is be hello, hi, how are you? I'm new in town.
Wow. That's okay. Well, that's really kind of courageous, I guess.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Kingsley meets the world.
Yes, exactly. I'm very excited.
And is Kingsley your given name, or did you just?
It's not. My given name is Rumpelstiltskin. No, I'm just kidding. When I was in 6th grade and I told my parents I wanted to sing, my mom was like, "Well, you don't have to be your regular name. You can be whatever name you want to be." And so I go downstairs and I'm Googling names and I'm not liking them. So I start Googling boy names. And I swear to you, it really felt like Chicago when she says, Roxy. It was just like that. I just heard Kingsley and I wrote it down and I sprinted upstairs and I was like, "Mom, I'm going to be called Kingsley." And she's like, "Oh, I thought that would take you longer."
Wow. Are you the only child? Do you have any siblings?
I have 7 siblings. So there's
siblings.
There's a lot of kids in the house.
And any of those folks in music or just you?
Just me. So I was in a band with my sisters. My sister's name was Phoenix and my other sister's name was Sage. And we were called Heartfilled and we were going to be the Jonas Brother cover band. And the world wasn't ready for us and we were not ready to practice. So we broke up as a band.
Okay. Yeah. Don't get too far without practicing.
They weren't. I was great with practicing.
I'm sure.
So no one does music now, just me. My dad is a music enthusiast, I would say.
Okay. So he's kind of behind you then.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's always like, "Let me remix one of your songs." And I'm like, "No, Dad.
Aw.
This is my craft."
Maybe someday down the line you'll let him do that.
He's got my first song he remixed and I kept it on my it's on iTunes. It's under my catalog and I kept it. I was like, "You're welcome. I'll give you one." You had me, so now we're even.
Right. Okay. Dang. Yeah, I wasn't expecting this whole kind of world journey thing, so I'm unprepared for that. But is this something you've been simmering in the back of your mind for a long time? I really want to travel, and
it's a really great question.
Yeah, I mean, that's unusual amongst the women that I interview.
Yeah, I think it was really. During COVID, I had a real big heart-to-heart with myself of whenever we get out of this, am I going to finally move to LA because my relationship is ending? There's no real point for, I've tapped out in the Portland market. Couldn't play on another stage and be like, I just kind of sat and was like, what would be the difference between moving to LA or staying in Portland and fly out? I fly out every time I have to work there. Why would I move there? And I thought, well, what would be the difference between moving to LA and moving to London? And I'm like, And I just
climate.
Well, it's here. It's just here. I simmered with it, and I have always been a free bird. I don't like to stay in places for very long, and I've stayed here for very long. So yeah, my 29th birthday, I drunkenly bought a one-way ticket and was like, I will figure it out when I figure it out. And now I'm figuring it out.
Wow. I wish you the best of luck in that new endeavor. Obviously, your publicist got a hold of me. So what is she helping you do?
Yeah. Oh, Core is so great. So I specifically wanted to do podcasting to talk about my lipstick collection.
Okay, so you're
yeah,
you're pumping your lipstick through your
yeah,
songs. Okay.
yeah, to talk about my lipstick collection and to talk about entrepreneurship when it comes to music, because it's such a great way to change your career. Like I always can talk about my music because I have this lipstick collection, so I don't have to always be performing. And I'm very thankful to get to work with another company and help promote them while still doing stuff that is in my lane. And people really wait to be brand ambassadors until you reach a certain thing. And this was so organic and so natural and so beautiful. Like I got to spend time at markets and telling all of that to Core of like what I need, here's what I would like. Anna has curated some really great conversations that I've gotten to have with tons of podcasts. And it's been such an honor and such a cool experience that I never would have gotten to do.
Well, a lot of times we definitely focus on the music. So kind of let's bring this entrepreneurship through the music aspect, because I think that's going to be the most interesting. I mean, I think it's great that you have a lipstick. I think that's great. But the podcast is Women in Music. So
yeah,
tell me a little bit about the musical entrepreneurship and,
Well, I mean, I can talk tons of women in music. So my last 3 music videos were specifically shot with Black film crew, women. And I specifically curated it that way because I had never had an opportunity to do it. The film industry is dominated by white men. And so I've had so many opportunities to get to work with Black women. And in Portland, this is a very white city. What I've learned with my music is how to create this incredible, encompassing Black creators to do something that I love, which is my music. And I've had just the wildest ride of really being intentional with what I do. And so for my next project, I want to do that with producers. I want to be very intentional with who I work with, and really put something iconic together. Beyonce did a really great job. This album is great, but for her Run the Tour, she had all Black female musicians and it was incredible, right? Like, when do you ever see that? So
not a lot.
Not a lot. And so I really am working on being more intentional with who I work with. And it's taught me so much about, 1, being humble in the music industry, and 2, allowing other creators to really flourish when they're given the opportunity. It's just so beautiful.
And these videos, did you have one for therapy, for example?
I did. I was in the forest as a princess, just running through the forest in Portland.
I'll definitely have to check that out on YouTube,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that one's a mind thinker. That's a very artsy music video that I got to do.
Oh, I will definitely look that up because I like being a princess too. So.
I'm like, that's my favorite part about music videos that we like forget. Like you can do whatever you want in a music video, and it's so incredible. Like music videos used to have these $100,000 budgets. Right. I'm like, don't skip out on your music video. Like, the visuals are so fun.
Well, can you tell me about how much it costs to make a video in Portland?
Well, we did it on a shoestring budget. My first music video, I think, was like a $1,500. Therapy was very cheap because it was outside.
Okay.
So we didn't have to rent spaces. And they have this incredible place called Open Signal here in Portland, which rents out camera gear for very cheap, like really nice Hollywood, either for cheap or for free. And they specifically help like BIPOC products. So the camera crew, I paid them little. I gave them lunch. I love them with all of my heart. And the thing that cost the most with my music videos were my outfits. And I know how to pick them. So yeah, therapy. And then the last one, All Me, I worked at a music venue here. So I did it there and they gave it to me for very cheap. And they were closed for COVID. So they were like, yeah, you can use the space. And I was like,
so you definitely, you watched your pennies while you're making this, but you made sure that all the essentials were covered.
All the essentials are covered. Yeah. Yeah.
And you had an all black woman crew.
Yeah. It was awesome. Yeah. And two black guys. I'm sorry. It was mainly females though. Can't forget Andre, my lighting guy. He made me look beautiful. We'll never forget him. So incredible. Always have my lights.
Yeah. Okay. What does it take? Like what would be a complete crew?
Yeah. So you need a director. You need a assistant to the director, or we call her the project manager, the PM. Which is Cameron and Riley. They are roommates. They've been working together forever. They are an incredible, like, right and left brain, literally. Like, then you need a camera woman, which was Sika for me. Then you need a assistant to the camera, Noah, and then you need a lighting guy and stager, which would be Andre. And then you also need a PA for me for all my outfits and helping me get ready, and then making sure I'm not sweating and all that stuff. So yeah.
Okay, so about 8 people-ish?
Yeah. And then whoever's in the music video.
Right. Did you have a bunch of people?
So for the first music video for my song, I'm Fine, it was a really great project. My best friend, who is an amazing dancer, she studied ballet in college, she choreographed it for us. And then we had Charles and my friend Ash and myself in the music video. So it was shot in my apartment during COVID. And it's basically the song I'm Fine is about knowing that you're going to be fine without this person, because you are, like, not you crying over this guy. No fucking way. And so it basically was like the sleepover party when you're drinking with your friends and you're back to yourself and you're laughing. And then we're doing, you know, all these sexy dance moves, and every outfit was curated by a amazing designer in town, KJ. We sat through literally with storyboards and mood boards and picked and curated the outfits. And yeah, it's like a real production when I do music videos. Like I love, my heart and soul is into it. And I'm like, if I get a chance to do a music video, I'm going to make a music video.
And how many have you made?
So 3 from Crying on Holidays. We did single, then we released music video.
To back up the singles. And how long between releasing the single and releasing the video did you
I did like 4 to 3 weeks apart for everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So I started releasing in January, February. Then the lipstick collection came out in March. Then we had one in April. We had one in May, and then April, and then my album came out in May. So I think I did a couple music videos thrown in between there.
And you're planning on doing the same thing for this new album that you're going to start. Well, you already demoed 8 songs, but you're going to demo some more, I guess, in London.
No, next week.
Next week before you leave Portland. Okay, I'm like, how are you going to do all this?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'll definitely do. I can already kind of hear which ones I'm gravitating towards that will be the singles. I've already picked what the artwork looks like. I love doing. That's the fun part for me, is the creative. So I know it'll be 3 singles because I love to do 3. 3 is such a good number.
It is. I tell all my students 3 is a magic number. So
such a good number. So 3 music videos, 3 singles before the album.
And then you purposely are going to make 8 tracks on the album?
I don't know how many I want.
Oh, okay.
So this last project was 12, and that was so many. I don't know.
That's a lot.
So many. So we'll see. We'll see if it's going to be 8 or maybe it's going to be 6. We'll see.
I hear you. You know, I was just reading the Recording Academy's requirements, and it has to be at least 5 songs long to get a Grammy nomination.
At least 5. So it's 5 then.
It was either at least 5 or at least 30 minutes in length. I was watching one of their helpful videos. So yeah. So as long as it's at least 5, I think you're in good shape, just in case that matters to you.
It does.
Yeah, for real. Do you have any stories you want to share, like highlights or cautionary tales, either way or both?
Yeah, I have some highlights. I mean,
okay, let's start with that. Let's start with the positive, and then maybe just throw
one lesson.
Yeah,
I think highlight was I played in Canada. I got to play in Victoria, BC, which was really cool. I'd never been to Victoria, BC, and just driving. It was only a 5-hour drive here, and spending the weekend there after my show. I think my highlights are when I get to go to a city and we have like a day that we can do stuff, is always my highlights. Like San Francisco, we had 2 shows there, so we had a day in between, which was really awesome to like explore San Francisco. Those are my highlights. I mean, I got to play in my hometown. Like I flew to Chicago last month and I did a sold out show. That was really awesome.
Really?
That felt really good.
What venue in Chicago?
It's With Love Collective I played at. It's like it's like a hair dress. It's like all these things, but they like have a stage and the middle of the arc opens up. It's very beautiful. So that was cool going home and being like, people want to see me. That's really cool.
That is awesome. Yeah, of course your family came, right?
My mom and my sister came. Yeah. It was 21 and up, so my younger siblings they're not there yet.
I got it.
They're almost there.
So yeah, you've played in Chicago, got to interact with folks.
I think my highlight, honestly, has just been all of the people that I've gotten to work with in these last 2 years that probably never would have happened if it wasn't for COVID. It's just been really eye-opening, the way that I was functioning before COVID. And I've learned so much about the way that I talk, like my self-talk, the way that I value music with my worth, and have really worked really hard on changing so much of those narratives. And because of that, I've just been so fucking blessed with the people that have come into my life, and have, even if they don't know it, have been instrumental and mentors to me while I'm figuring my shit out, because I'm always figuring it out.
Do you want to send out any props to anyone in particular?
Yeah, Kathy of Event Cosmetics, the mind behind my lipstick collection. She's my Portland mom here. Always checking if I ate. Every time I go into her shop, she's like, "Did you eat today?" I'm like, no.
Are you one of those people that forgets to eat?
No, I'm hangry all the time. I have to eat. I'm a very mean person. So if I come in and I'm angry, she's like, "Did you eat?" Because you're mean right now.
It's that.
You need to eat. You can't think when you're mean. But she's taught me in this last year just about beauty and how I define myself. I really struggled with liking my lips and liking my skin in high school, naturally going to an all white school. So doing this collection has really taught me what confidence feels and looks like, and what actually not giving a fuck and doing whatever you want looks and feels like. And it has transpired to my onstage presence in a way that is just so beautiful. And so Kathy is like one of my main squeezes. The other person, I randomly became best friends with a fucking rock star, Haley Johnson, who has been on American Idol. She plays bass for Big Wild. She played Red Rock's sold out show last week.
With who?
With Big Wild.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's toured overseas twice. She's like so I met her working on a venue here, and I didn't know she was famous. I never knew that.
Right. What venue were you working at?
The Old Church Concert Hall. I was when I first moved there, moved to Portland, I was an intern for them. And then I stayed on. Actually, my last day there is August 26th, and I've been working there for 6 years. So I'm a little sad.
Of course.
But so I met her. We became friends. And then when COVID happened, you have your little pods of who you choose to hang out with. And I was in her pod, and we became so close. We wrote a song together, All Me, which was on my album. She was in my music video, and I stood in her wedding. I was her maid of honor last week. She has taught me so much about being okay with learning in your craft. She learned bass. She didn't play bass. She learned bass to go on tour with Big Wild. She was on tour herself in a different country, bought a bass so that she can teach herself bass. So when she gets back to America, she can do this. She has just inspired me to be okay with working on your craft. You're not perfect, and that is okay. Even with your vocals, I graduated with an opera degree, and she's like, "Why do you still not have a vocal coach? You always need a vocal coach." And I'm like, "You're right. Humble me, humble me." She has just been a really great. You should have her on your podcast. She is just so incredible and has taught me so much about loving the craft, loving the practice, because I hate to practice. Just love it.
Really? You hate practicing vocals?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I'm one of those.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm a daily scale singer.
I do it in my shower now. Every day I warm my voice up in the shower because I'm like, might as well. But
you're already, you're double tasking.
Yes. Yes. I'm like, I have to do it today, so I'm just going to do it right now.
Get it out of the way in the shower.
Yes. No, I'm not. I love game day. I'm one of those people.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I hear you. There's different schools of thought on that. You know, I just because I came up in the classical world, I just feel more comfortable.
Oh,
You know, if I sing my Italian vowels, I feel like, oh, okay, I'm good.
I need that. That's what I'm working on.
Well, you know, we all have strengths and weaknesses, I think.
Yeah. Am I embarrassed? I don't have any, like, I have lots of learning lessons. I mean, I have so many learning lessons. Like, don't sign a contract unless you like know what it says. Like,
Okay, well, let's do some specifics, though. You know, I mean, that's a little, you know, just. I think it's fun for the listeners to get that behind the scenes.
I think just being able to advocate for myself has been really good. So, like, has been learning lessons of like when someone says something, like being like, what was that? I was in the studio session with this producer who told me my voice was sounding yummy, like highly inappropriate. And I said, sounds like you need to take a lunch break, you know, like stuff like that, that there's been many moments. I had one guy explain to me what majors and minors were. And I'm like, okay, wait, so the minor is sad? Like, I know what majors and minors are. I have a music degree. I have a degree in music. I've had.
So he was mansplaining some theory to you.
And I'm joking with him. I'm like, is minor sad? Oh, thank you. No shit.
Oh my
gosh.
I've
had those, but I would say like my hardest lesson was like the first time that I worked with a sync licensing company. I didn't really understand sync. And so I signed with them a very terrible deal. Like, very terrible. And when I finally got paid, it was like not anything. And that was like my first lesson of like, one, you can always negotiate. It doesn't matter. You can always negotiate. And two, like learning how to negotiate for yourself. So I'm with a new company and it's amazing and I love it. And we've negotiated all the things that I wanted. But like, yeah, that was a really hard lesson I'm like, yay, they want to sign me as a sync artist. Yay. And then got my first check for $75. And I was like, that doesn't feel right. That doesn't.
No. Did you have a major placement in a show or what show? I
was on MTV's Teen Mom.
Okay.
75.
Wow.
75.
$75 for MTV. Yeah, that's terrible. It should have been at least, you know, 500 to 1,000, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It should have been a couple $100. Yeah.
Okay.
So not knowing contracts and that's like the only time I ever, like, usually I was so good, but the sync, man, the language is tough. And
do you have a lawyer?
I do now. Yeah.
Now you have a lawyer. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we fixed that.
That's a life lesson from that one.
We're much stronger now. We're much stronger. And I think my embarrassing moment I would share is I don't get embarrassed. So this might be embarrassing for someone, but I was playing a show and I was wearing my cute little shirt and it had broke before. So we like rubber band it and I go on stage and right before I went on stage to my backup singer, I was like, wouldn't it be hilarious if my shirt broke? And she was like, no, it wouldn't. I was like, it would, but it's not going to because we like rubber banded. It's fine. We get on stage. I'm doing my thing. I'm always wild. I jump off stage. I'm dancing with the crowd. I jump back on stage. And as soon as I stood up, my shirt broke. And so my pasties, and I'm sweaty. So my pasties like sliding and my bandmate is like, hey, Kingsley, you're a pasty. And I just take it and I rip it and I throw it in the crowd. And I'm like, I don't get embarrassed. This is the human experience. And everyone's like, whoa. I'm like, if you have titties, take your titties out. Take them out.
There are, you know, there's a lot to be said for that, you know, just owning that happens. Like to Janet Jackson, of course, is the most famous.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. Well, little wardrobe misfunction never hurt anybody's career that much. Let's give us the plugs. What's your website?
Yeah, my website's iamkingsley.com.
iamkingsley.com. Okay.
Yeah, super simple.
What's your favorite socials?
Oh my gosh. If you want to hear me talk mad shit, follow me on Twitter. It's my favorite platform to just speak my mind. I talk so much shit. If you want to laugh, and see me do weird stuff, follow me on TikTok. I don't know why I be posting crazy things. And if you want to know about my music and my lipstick collection and a more business formal, follow me on Instagram.
Okay. you really have, I mean, you've got everything like cataloged.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And you've thought this all through because you not only have your vocal degree, but you got this marketing strategy degree. So you came in it with both guns.
Yeah, blazing.
And, yeah, I mean, and that's really impressive. And I think it's something that we should maybe teach the younger generation, if they're going to be in music, that they do need to be business savvy. Because I did not take any business classes in college.
Oh,
At
what,
all.
you just did music classes?
I just did music, yeah.
Good. Enjoy. Just do music.
I mean, yeah, it was great. I mean, I didn't end up singing opera, but it was good training.
It
for
really,
other
yeah, I
things.
don't sing opera at all.
And I took piano and everything, and so it worked out.
Yeah.
It's all worked out in the end.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter. But I think if I was talking to a younger girl that was going into music, I would say, get your business sense in addition to your music classes.
That way nobody can take advantage of you.
Exactly. None of these horror stories like with the sync licensing, MTV, $75. All right.
Cash money.
Well, do you have anything else to add that I have not covered?
Nope, this is great. Yeah.
Oh, okay, great.
Stuff.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you could make it. I'm sorry we had the snafu before, but that happens.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Anna was like, what happened? I was like, girl, I put it in both my calendars. She knows that I'm like, I just didn't see it. Every Sunday night, I like look at my week calendar and I make sure it's in my work calendar and my personal one. Like, I am crazy. So I'm one of those that I was like, she was like, I thought something happened to you because this is crazy. I'm like, no, I'm okay. Okay.
Well, we made it work, and that's what is the main thing. And thank you so much for being on, Kingsley, and best of luck to you in London and then Africa and wherever you end up.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, have a great night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.